Okay guys, so this is going to be your percent composition practice problems worksheet. Okay, so what we're going to start off doing on all these is find our molecular weight of our compound first. Okay, so NaNO3, we have Na, we have one of those, sodium weighs 23. Nitrogen, I have one nitrogen, that weighs 14. And oxygens, 3 at 16, 48. So your total mass, I'm going to add those together, is going to be 23 plus 14 plus 48. You get 85. Now, it says find the percent composition of each element. So we're going to do percent sodium is going to be 23 over 85 times 100. And then I'm going to do percent nitrogen. It's 14 over 85 times 100. And I'm going to do percent oxygen is going to be 48 over 85. And I'm going to multiply that by 100. So going through, 23 over 85 is 27.06%. 14 over 85 times 100, you get 16.47%. 48 over 85 is 56.47%. And that's it. And your numbers should add up really close to 100. So I'm just going to double check myself. Yep. So anyways, that's how we do percent composition. Pretty easy. Next question says find the percent of metal in aluminum phosphate. So aluminum is going to be your metal in this case. So same procedure. I have one Al at 27. P. I have one P at, I think 31. Yeah, 31. And oxygen. I got 4 at 16, which is 64. I'm going to add them all together. 27 plus 31 plus 64 is 122. Okay, so I'm just doing the percent of aluminum in this case. So we're going to do 27 over 122 times 100. And you get 22.13%. Al. The next question asks for find the percent composition of each element in sulfuric acid, which is H2SO4. Okay. So hydrogens, I have 2 hydrogens at 1 each. I have 1 sulfur. Sulfur weighs 32. And oxygens, I have 4 at 16 each, which is 64. Add those together and you should get 98 grams. Okay, so I'm going to do the percent composition for each element. Okay, so percent hydrogen, percent sulfur, and percent oxygen. Okay, so we're going to do 2 over 98 times 100. We're going to do 32 over 98 times 100 and 64 over 98 times 100. Okay, so 2 over 98 times 100 is 2.04%. 32 over 98 times 100 is 32.65%. And oxygen, 64 over 98 times 100 is 65.31%. That's it. On the next question, it says if you have 250 grams of copper 2 sulfate monohydrate, find the mass of the water in this compound. Okay, so this is a hydrate question. So we're going to do the molecular weight just like we did before. Copper, we have 1 copper. And we're going to say copper weighs 64. We'll round up. Sulfur, we have 1 sulfur at 32. And oxygen. Got 4 times 16 is 64. So we're going to add all those together. You get 160. Now I have to deal with the water. Now I have 1 water. Okay, because there's not a number in front of there, so it's assumed to be a 1. Okay, so my total mass is going to be 178. I'm going to do 160 plus 18. Now, if I want to find the percentage of water, we do 18 over 178 times 100%. So it's 10.11% water. Now, we're not done with the question because it says if you have 250 grams of this stuff, find the mass of the water. So like we did in the example problems, we're going to take 250. We're going to multiply it by this percentage. Make sure we convert the percentage by moving it 2 decimal places over. So we'll multiply by 250 and you get 25.28 to 8 grams of water. Okay, the next question, it says sodium sulfate forms a number of hydrates. A sample of a hydrate is heated until all the water is removed. What is the formula of the original hydrate if it loses 43% of its mass when heated? Show your work. So what I would do is start in the middle, okay? When you have all these various answer choices. So this is a multiple choice question. So I'm going to start with choice C, okay? And I'm going to find the percent of water in that compound. So I need 43%. So Na, we have 2 of those. Okay, sulfate. So we got 1 sulfur at 32. Oxygen. You got 4 at 16 is 64. So this is going to be the same part for each of them, so you don't have to do a ton of work every single time. So this is 142. And then I have 6 waters in this case. So water weighs 18. So it needs to be a little less than half of the weight for it to be 43%. So 108, well, that's pretty close. Okay, so percent water. So we're going to add the total. So we get 142 plus 108 is 250. So percent water in this case would be 108 over 250 times 100. And that's pretty darn close, 43.2%. Okay, so I would say that this is going to be the correct answer. Anything with a higher amount of water is going to, and that was just a lucky guess where I started. Anything that's going to be a higher amount of water, you're going to have a higher percentage. So it's not going to be this one or this one. Two waters isn't going to affect your mass that much because it'd only be 36. So this is going to be the correct answer. Okay. So hopefully this made sense to you guys and you've mastered percent composition. On to the next lesson, we'll be looking at empirical formulas. Thanks and have a good day.